Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Say fast, say time don reach wey we go take cry come out. Make we no wait for our Nigeria leaders again. E don explain the reason why we need to cry come out. If you hear wetin say fast talk, you go know say Nigeria no balance at all. Say fast dey talk about Nigeria bank. He say bank go give you 1 million naira as loan, 1 million naira, and if you won't pay interest, na 25,000 naira na be the interest wey you go dey pay. But if you give bank 1 million naira, that same 1 million naira wey bank give you, wey you dey pay 25,000 naira as interest, if you yourself give bank that 1 million naira make dem take do business, the interest wey bank go pay you na 5,000 naira. You see the reason why Nigeria no balance. So make I leave you now. Make you hear from Cephas.
There is a paid day for every good struggle. We have started. We are not going to relent. We can no longer wait for our representatives and our leaders to deliberate or talk on issues affecting us as citizens, because we have seen that most issues affecting us is not actually affecting them. So there is no way they can be busy with things actually affecting us. They only concentrate on things affecting them. So we have the responsibility as citizens of this country to begin to cry out over things that are really affecting us in this country. These bank agents, they are everywhere. So they saw my projection on my wall on Facebook about my ranching. I just started. So they began to discuss with me business if I need loan. So they began to, educate me about different types of loans I can get from them. So they came up with the one that they will be part of the business. They'll bring out the capital while we'll be there to oversee the business with their own representative. Once the business starts yielding profit, they will have to reap their capital first. Then before then, this is the amount of money I will as well pay as interest. I told them that I'm not comfortable with such. Then they said they can as well give me a loan while I will be paying interest. I said, okay, what about if I need a loan of about 1 million naira? They said I'll be paying up to about 25,000 naira in a month. Then I said to the agent, what about if I have 1 million naira? Which account or which business can I do with you people? Which account can I open? Lodge in 1 million naira. How much interest are you guys going to be paying me? He said they'll be paying me about 4,000 something. That is equivalent to 5,000 naira. I said, you see, it is not a reasonable business. So many of our investors and businessmen who are not really well oriented in these areas, many of them have been suffering in the hands of our financial institutions. Financial institution is part of our problem in this country. Our leaders are not addressing it because it's not affecting them. They have a lot of money, our money in their hands that they are using. So they don't even go to bank to get loan from banks. But we, the poor masses, when we have great initiative, we have business ideas that we want to launch into, we don't have the capital. Once you go to the bank will take you through a rigorous process that will even make you to lose your collateral to them. So we need to begin to address the whole of these things. Everybody, we need to begin to speak out, because it is time right now for us to reset this country. If this country will still remain, if Nigeria will still remain as Nigeria, we need to reset a lot of things. We need to change things with our own ends. This thing is affecting us. I don't think if the president needs money today, the president will go to the bank to get loan. They have access to our money anytime, any day. But we have great businesses to do. A lot of young ones who are out there who have been frustrated and they are not going the wrong way to begin to solve their problems. A lot of them have great business ideas. But how can they get the money to start up? How can they get capital? If you go to the bank will frustrate you. How come if I give you 1 million as bank, you will be paying me 4,000 something, equivalent to 5,000 naira as interest every month? But you want me to be paying you 25,000 naira. Which business do you think I can do that will be giving me 25,000 naira profit in a month? I will eat, I will transport, I will pay store rent, I will pay taxes. How can I as well pay 25,000 naira to you at the end of the month? So this thing is really affecting a lot of great business ideas. Is affecting a lot of investors. Is affecting a lot of businessmen. So we need to begin to speak up about these things, because if we are resetting, we have to reset all these things once and for all. SARS is not the only problem in this country, but it's good we are addressing it today. We have to begin to address other issues, because we the common men, we are the ones suffering in the hands of all these things. Our financial institution is not really doing well, because before any financial institution can operate in this country, they must go through the process of registration through the government. So at least the government have the right at the time they are registering to regulate their activities, to regulate how they deal with the masses, to regulate how they do business with us, to regulate how they give us loans, to regulate the amount of interest we pay upon every loans they give to us. But they don't. They close their eyes because they've collected their own part of share during the process of restriction. They leave us to begin to suffer in the hands of financial institutions. This is very, very unfair. And everyone will begin to rise up to fight against this injustice. It is evil before eyes of God and the eyes of humans. We can no longer take them. Everything must change for good. We can no longer wait for these people representing us to come speak for us anymore, because they've not been speaking for us. They've not been fighting for us. We have to fight for ourselves. If these financial institutions cannot operate with the way it will be comfortable for us, let them forget about it. They should forget about it. It is as good as that. How come? It is injustice. You will be paying me 5,000 naira for 1 million naira if I lodge it in your account. But you want me to be paying you 25,000 naira. As what? What kind of business is that? It is really, really unfair. We need to begin to look into all these things. A lot of innocent people do not know how these things operate. They've lost their houses, their businesses, their lands for all these things as collaterals. We can no longer take it. People are suffering in the hands of financial institutions. Our government, they are seeing it, but they close their eyes because they don't go to bank to take loans. They have access to our money. So the time has come. We must change it for good. They are meant to serve us. They are not our God. We ask them to be there. If they are not representing us well, we have right to tell them to get out of that place. We can no longer wait for them to pass any bill into law what will favor us. We have to continue to fight hard to make sure that our interest is represented in every bill. Our interest must be represented in every bill. And we'll continue to fight and struggle for it until we see it come to pass. God bless us all. I'm ready. I want to go out for work. I just want to quickly drop this. Issues are coming up. We must address all of them once and for all. We are in one voice now. No one can break us anymore. We can no longer take it. The oppressed is enough. God bless us all. Have a nice day, everyone. The network is very unfair at this moment. We can no longer wait for our representatives anymore to speak for us, to solicit, to advocate for us, to do it for us in a way it will be good for all of us. They have been there for so many years. They've proven to us that they are so incompetent to get it right for us. They'll be painting a picture for us that is not an easy something. But they are right there. If a governor gets through his tenure as a governor, the governor will never suffer, his generation will never suffer. Why is it so? Why can't they make it easy for a common man as well not to suffer? If a president gets through as a president, the president will never suffer, the children will never suffer. Go through all our leaders in this country. They are all doing well. They have great businesses, both in Nigeria and outside this country. Why is it so? The same money they told us is not available to get this country to get better. They've used it to enrich themselves, their family, and their generations to come. It is injustice. We can no longer wait for such people anymore to fight for us anymore, to solicit for us, to represent us. We have to stand out every day, every time, to make sure that we do the right thing in this country. We do it in such a way that every common man can strive in this country. The bank agents, they are everywhere. Of course, you and I know. They saw my farm projection on my wall and they called me that they want to partner with me. I told them in which area. They told me if I need a loan, they can give me a loan. I told them, okay, what is the offer all about? They told me if I wanted to be part of the business, they can be part of the business, where they will have a representative that will be deputizing for them. Then once the business start yielding profits, they will reap their capital first. Then they also told me the amount of money they will need to get as interest. I told them, no, it is not a good deal. It's not favorable. Then Elsewhere told me, what about if they want me to give, if I want them to give me loan? I said, okay, what about if I need a loan of about 1 million? What interest will I be paying monthly? They said I'll be paying up to 25,000 naira monthly. I told them no problem. What about if myself have 1 million? I want to lodge in your own account. How much interest will you be paying me? They said they'll be paying me about 4,000 something. That is about approximately 5,000 naira. I told them it is not favorable. Then I hanged out on the very person. You see, this thing is affecting us, the common man. It's not affecting our president. It's not affecting our leaders out there, because they have access to our money anytime, any day. They have our money to them. But we, the common men, when we have great business ideas, we suffer in the hands of financial institutions in this country. Financial institutions in this country are part of our problems. If you want to get loan, they will take you through a rigorous and a cumbersome process that will even make you to lose your collateral to them. So many of our business and investors who do not have a proper orientation on how these things works, they've lost their businesses, they've lost their houses, they've lost their lands and collaterals to banks. Our leaders are the problems. They gave the financial institution the license to operate in such a way to not favor us, the common man. Because no financial institution can operate in this country without going through the process of registration via the government. At least as at the time of the registration, the government should ought to have made the interests of the common people to be represented in that very deal. How they will deal with us if they give us loan. The interest ought to have be regulated by the government to make sure that the common man can as well strive with the loan, make the profit, and as well pay their interest. But in this case, it is not so. The common people are suffering in the hands of financial institutions. Our government, they are not concerned about it. Our leaders, they are not concerned about it because they don't go to bank to get loans. It is you and I who go to the bank to get loans. I am happy for the reawakening in this country. We thank God we are addressing the police brutality. It is not the only problem. We have to begin to rise up, to begin to speak up a lot of things that are really affecting us in this country. We have to change them once and for all. We have to change them for good. If Nigeria must remain as Nigeria, then we must set everything if the country must remain as Nigeria. Because if something is not working, Nigeria is 60 years old now. Nigeria is 60 years old now. So the leaders ought to have been thanking us because we have not given up on this country for about 60 years now. They'll be promising us one thing. That thing, tomorrow they'll still use it to campaign for us. So it is no longer something that is comfortable for us. For us to have waited for complete 60 years, we have tried. If we go deep down and we'll find out that this country cannot work as Nigeria, it is better we change it for good. If it will work as Nigeria, it is better we change everything for good. The authority given to the president, given to our representative is too much. It's too much. The security agencies don't handle our what's it called, our representatives, our governors, our presidents. They don't handle their matters the way they handle ours. So that means the security agency, we are not meant to serve us. They were meant to serve certain people in power. So such security agencies cannot as well interfere in our affairs. That is how it's supposed to be. Security agency is supposed to be for the entire country. When the president is doing what is not right, the same security agency, even the one guiding him, have the right to arrest him. But it's not so in this country. I have seen many cases, some individuals who have little money to get police escort. Right before the presence of police that is escorting them, they'll be molesting a fellow citizen. The police will be looking at them. When you want to attack them, that's when the police will start protecting them. It is wrong. It is wrong. For the fact that you are attached to somebody to escort doesn't mean you should just open your eyes. The person is doing what is unlawful. Something you are supposed to fight against. So the financial institution is part of our problem in this country. Their act is fraudulent. Their operation is not favorable to the common men in the streets. So we have to change them for good as well. These are a lot of things that are really affecting us. We can no longer wait for those representing us to begin to pass bills into law. We have to, on our own, present to them what is affecting us. I will continue to press hard until we see those things are in place. We can no longer wait for them again. We have waited for complete 60 years and we are still suffering a lot of things. Nothing is working. Every common man, so many people have gone insane in this country because of hard times. So many people have gone to put their hands in things they are not supposed to because there is no an enabling environment for them. Just imagine me. These people want me to fall into their hands. It is a fraudulent act. If I don't have the brain, they would have taken me in deep and I begin to suffer in their hands, which is very, very unlawful. And a lot of people don't know these things. They're falling into it. You get loan from bank, you don't have your peace. How can you? You want me to be paying you 25,000 naira for 1 million naira in a month? I will eat. I'll pay storage. I'll pay taxes. I have so many expenses. I'll service the business. You didn't think about that. If you think you are a good business person or a good investor, let me give you the same 1 million. Be paying me the 25,000. And they refused. The bank refused. They said they cannot be paying me 25,000 naira. I said 5,000 naira. But you want me to be paying you 25,000 naira. You see, this is no longer a thing or joke. We have to begin to speak up for the betterment of this country. Everyone is out on the streets. We are all out in the streets to make sure that we get it right once and for all. We can no longer take it anymore. What is affecting us is not affecting our leaders. So if we are waiting for them to change them for us, we will wait forever. We have waited for 60 years. We are still having problems. A lot of our people sojourn into so many countries. I had a brother and a sister who called me for Omar, cried, and they told me about the brutality they are facing in the hands of the people they are serving over there. They never knew the country would be like that. And I want to use this medium to advise our brothers and sisters here, back here home. Before you travel, please make investigations. Make a feasibility studies about the country you are going to. These people just felt they just need to go out, at least to struggle for themselves. But they got there, it was a different board game. They are suffering there. A lot of them are fighting hard to say how they can come back to the country. They cannot. So many people left this country because of the hardship in this country. If the country was working, a lot of them have the great initiative to stay in this country and make themselves great and make this country great. But they all traveled out of this country because the country is not working. They are out there. So many of them have made it. To come back here to also invest is their problem. Why? The same country they left years ago is still not working. So please and please, enough is enough. The respect, the regard we have given to our leaders is too much. The authority given to them is too much. We need to call down their wings. We need to call down their wings. They are not God. They are humans like you and I. They've exalted themselves to the level they have because they are corrupt. That's why they have to guide up themselves the way the armor they put upon themselves. They have to put those armor on because they know they are corrupt. And they know if they don't put on those armor, we can always fight them anytime, any day. So they don't want us to have access to fight them anytime, any day. They have to put on those armor. The police, the security agencies must get to understand the army. Let me use this medium to address you all. The betterment we are crying for in this country is for all of us. Your children. Don't say you are in power today. You are guiding them. They are giving you money. You're storing money for your children. Don't ever think that will solve the problem. If the country you are from is not working, no matter what you store for your children, it cannot as well take them through this entire life. The problem still remains. For the fact that you store money for them does not mean the problem is solved. The problem still remains. We are all fighting for the betterment of this country. The police, the soldiers, the armies, you all must as well stand up to begin to fight for the betterment of this country. It's not for the poor citizens alone. You guys are part of it. Your children, you are in this country. We are all part of these problems. Don't say because you are close to them that you have to close your mouth. Because so many of you who are officers, I know a lot of you are also suffering because your leaders up there, they are working with our leaders up there. They weigh you down, you are suffering. Enough is enough. The respect you are called to your leaders is too much. It is too much. Yes, I know it's not right for you to disobey your commander. But when the commander is not doing the right thing, you people can stand up and begin to fight for what is right. You can stand up, fight for what is right. If you all stand up and we the masses see it, we'll stand up with you as well. We want to get our country to get working. We cannot continue to suffer in the hands of these people. So many of us are waiting for them to die before we can begin to enjoy. It is never going to be like that. They are there. Others who are going to take after them are learning. And they are going to come and they'll begin to torment us. They'll begin to torment us the more. I know so many officers. A lot of these things, brutality we are talking about, it's not all policemen that are involved in it. I know so many policemen who are so peaceful to the core. I know so many army who are so peaceful to the core. I know many of them, many security agencies who are so peaceful to the core, who are following the due process. But a lot of them, they are also suffering. But I don't want to speak because if they speak, they will sack them out of the jobs. But it is time you all need to come together. Come together. Don't allow them to give you guns to begin to harass the innocent citizens that are protesting on the street. We are doing this fight for everybody. We want a country everyone can live. We need a country everyone will have that enabling environment. We need a country anyone don't need to be a slave to his fellow man. We are humans, for crying out loud. What makes you a slave before a fellow man like you who does not have 10 heads? What makes you a slave? You are not a slave. We need to change the mentality. We need to change the narratives. Please, my people, the security agency, I am appealing to you people. The fight is not for us alone. The fight is for everyone. The fight is for everyone. You people must get to understand. Don't listen to their orders anymore. Tell them to do the right thing. You have the right to tell them to do the right thing. Because if they are doing the right thing, there's no way we'll be out on the street protesting. A lot of us have a lot of jobs to do. We have works to do. But we cannot continue to concentrate on this job because we have looked around. There is no country to leave behind for our children. So we have to suspend our work to make sure we get it right first before we start working. People are out there in the streets. They are not jobless people. Some of them have businesses they are managing. We all have businesses we are managing. But we cannot continue in a country that we cannot even see the future anymore. There is no hope. There is no hope. The country is dead. It's dying daily. We have waited for complete 60 years. Nothing has been done. We cannot continue to wait. We have to change the narrative. We have to change it for good. So the security agencies, get this into your heads. I want to commend those of you who have been doing very well for this country, who have been fighting all along to get this country better. You people need to know. You can as well stand up, start up your own protests. So many of you complain about the salaries you are being paid is so low. How many times have you guys protested? Why can't you protest? Are you not a human being? Are you not a human being? That you have given that uniform to put on does not make you a slave. You are not. You are not a slave to your gas. If they are not doing the right thing, protest. We will support you people. We need to get it right. Because the reason why we are saying you all are corrupt is because you people don't speak up. You people don't speak up. Your guys, they are in their offices now. They have given you guys raffles to come to start molesting those who are protesting. It is wrong, my people. It is wrong. It is not right. This country, if it must remain as Nigeria, we must reset a lot of things. If it must remain as Nigeria. If it must remain as Nigeria. Because something that have lasted for 60 years, no good thing we can talk about. No good development. Citizens are still suffering. Citizens are still suffering. I think whoever amalgamated us never thought it wise. The person never did it right. Something that have lasted for complete 60 years. The person never did well for us. The person never did well for us. It was done out of deception. It was done out of proper deception. If it is not true, if I must be proven wrong, then let's start getting this country to start working. Let's get it working. Let's start getting it to work. If we actually know what we are doing, we cannot continue to suffer one particular thing. For how long? If government want to create job, they'll create tax office. They'll put our graduates in those offices. Our graduates will be misbehaving like miscreants in the streets. Check it out. And they call that employment. They call that employment. I know of a state, people suffer to build. People suffer to build. If you are building, you suffer in the hands of the local government. You will suffer. For you to build, to erect a building, you spend nothing less than 500,000. In this country. In this country. In this country. Even though the owner of the site is not around, once they come, you don't show them any paper. They'll take everything to their office. Even though you call them, I've paid for all these things, they will take them to their office. They will get to their office, you show them the papers, they will never tell you sorry. They will not take those things by themselves back to your site. You will use your money to transport those things that seize from your site back to your office. That is injustice. Because of what? God may give them power. That's nonsense power. How come someone paid for development? At least before you leave your office, you people should have record, proper record, to know which site that is developing that has paid. You will leave your office without checking all those things. You will go and meet someone who has paid before to start harassing the person. And even when you get to know this person has paid for these things, you will not have any penalty to pay for your mistake. You won't even say sorry. The person will find a way to take those things back to the site. It is injustice. Our government, you people are not doing well. We must say the truth. We have to speak it, the truth, the way it is. You people are not doing well. You people don't know the technical know-how to get this country working. You don't know it. You are leaders doesn't mean you know all these things. Come out and liaise with us. There are a lot of citizens who have this brain than you guys. But you people don't want to work with us. Because you are exalting yourself upon nothing. Upon nothing. If you people don't change the narratives, the way and manner everything will turn, you guys will not understand it. SARS, police brutality has just started. You guys are seen as a common thing. It's not a common thing. It's going to grow so wide. And we're going to through it change a lot of things. Let's get it working, for crying out loud. In a country that is not working, it must be foolishness for you to be storing wealth in such a country for your children. You are leaving troubles for them. You are leaving troubles behind for them. I pray God bless us all in Jesus' name. Have a nice time.
Now when you don't hear from Cephas, let us know what you think for this matter. Go to comment section, make you put your own for there. And before you go, I beg, make you help us share this video to friends and family. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, I beg, try make you subscribe. So that make you for day current with the things where they happen for Nigeria. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.